First of all, we're going to walk through what we're going to go through this week. So we're going to review last week, including sharing your 30-second story. Now, clearly, we're not going to be able to hear that, but what we're going to do is have other people share it so that you can see where yours needs to be landing. We're going to talk about follow-up equaling fortune to do with prospects, members, and customers. We're going to go back to the tracking sheets, your active prospect list and your customer and member list, to work through them and make sure that you are adding to those daily and weekly. Handling objections with time, money, and no people. And Herbalife Skin is going to be the product focus of the day, and promoting events, know what and when they are, and booking three-way calls with your sponsor or mentor. So the very first thing is to share your packaged story. And we want to get it as close to 30 seconds as possible. So as we spoke about last week, it's that lift. If you're only going up in a lift with somebody who's got started chatting with them about a conversation and they say, by the way, you just look fantastic. What do you do? And you can share your package story. Or if they're talking about something and you say, oh, would you be interested to find out? And they say, yes, you've got that 30 seconds. So we're going to go through a couple of examples here. I'm going to share my own. Then I have Debbie on the call with me as well. And then we're also going to share with Barbara and Ash and Zainab. So here we go. You can time me if you like. So hi, I'm Lucy from the UK. I'm an ex-dancer. Before starting on the program, I had low blood sugars and insomnia. Since taking the program, no more blood sugar dips mid-morning. I have a balanced energy level. My insomnia has gone. Basically, I get off to sleep within 10 minutes. And before Herbalife, I was a dress size 10 and I gained 5 pounds and lost a dress size. And I feel fantastic. So that's my 30-second story. So I'm going to now pass you across to Debbie, who's going to share hers. Over to you, Debbie.
Hi, I'm Debbie from the UK and I currently work in accounts. Before starting on the programme, I was suffering a lot with hot sweats, especially at night. So this really affected my sleep. My moods were very erratic, my energy levels were low.
Welcome to the squad call number 3. If you've not listened to the other 2, do go back and listen to those before you go through this one.
I got a couple of stone overweight and I just felt really out of control. On the programme, I've now lost over 2 stone. I've gone down a couple of dress sizes. I've got loads more energy and I hardly ever even get the night sweats. And I feel absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic. And so now I'm going to pass you over to Barbara and Ash and Zainab to share their 30-second stories.
Hello, my name is Barbara and I'm an occupational therapist living in South Africa. Before starting on the program, I used to eat on the go to pick up on my energy levels, and I'd gained weight to the extent that I felt super uncomfortable in my working scrubs and I was unable to perform as a therapist, and it actually affected my self-confidence. After starting the program, I was able to lose 8 kilograms and almost 2 dress sizes, and I'm wearing scrubs again that I'd packed away for almost 2 years. So at the moment, I'm feeling fantastic. I have an abundance of energy and feeling confident and sexy again in my scrubs.
Hi, I'm Ash, a full-time occupational therapist from Durban, South Africa. Before starting on the shakes, my energy levels were really low. At the end of the day, I would feel very drained. Within a week of using them as a healthy on-the-go breakfast, I found that I could do so much more. The first thing I noticed was at a late-night meeting, instead of feeling really drained and tired, I was awake and alert. I also noticed, although it wasn't my intention, that I had lost 10 kg. I started feeling really good in my clothes and feeling really confident.
Thank you, ladies. That was brilliant. Love hearing those. So now you've got the idea of what that 30-second story should look like. See if you can read yours out and if it's just taking 30 seconds. The next thing was you should have watched the supervisor video, and you should now be able to easily talk about at least one of the products from the 24 range, having watched those videos. And how many invitations did you personally make from the week gone by? Really keep those gauges because if you say, this is working for me, this is happening, you need to be able to see those gauges and go, well, it's because I spoke to X number of people every single week when I first got started. So keep those gauges, even if it's 1 or 2 or 5 or 10, know how many people you're talking to, because then you can look back, you can share that with your sponsor, and they know what area to help you in. Okay. What did you understand when you listened to the Jim Rohn Seed and the Sower, that video that you watched on YouTube? So again, take that back to your sponsor when you next speak to them. What did you understand about that? What did you get from that? So now we're going to talk about a huge subject. And this subject is so important, and it's follow-up, because follow-up is going to equal your fortune within this business. And it doesn't just mean following up a customer that you've got. It also means following up your prospects and your members. So let's start with the prospects. You want to chat with your prospects regularly to build rapport, getting to know them and finding out what their problems and their interests are, because we might then be able to help them with those. Right now, chatting with them doesn't necessarily mean on the phone. It doesn't necessarily mean texting. It can be either of those. It can also be a voice message, like a little voice note. It can also be a video voice note. So it's a video note, if you like. So it depends what platform you're on, but take the time to go through the process of getting to know them. This is absolutely key for a prospect. Don't jump into the deep end. Don't go, I don't want to jump in the shallow end and swim all the way there. I'll just jump in the deep end. It's far quicker. Don't do that. You're going to lose so many people along the way if you do. Okay. With members, if you've just got a member in your team, and you'll find that you've got this from your sponsor, you're going to be doing one-to-one calls week by week, all right, to support them. And you're probably getting supported with your sponsor, with your supervisor, because people have questions along the way. It doesn't mean that you can't be in contact with them throughout the rest of the week, but having that connection and that contact, especially at the beginning, is so key to keeping people supported. Texting and assisting them wherever you can to help them achieve their goals. If they've got questions coming up, I know at the beginning, I just had so many questions. You know, I had somebody coming to me, they had something going on in their body, and I was like, I don't know what product to, because I didn't know about the products when I first got started. I don't know what product to recommend. And so I'd go to my sponsor and I'd ask her, and I'd keep on asking until I understood what the answer was going to be the next time round, and I could take that information to that person. So just keep on asking questions. And here's the thing, the more questions you ask your sponsor, the more serious they know you are to reach those goals. So don't be afraid of asking. And again, you can text, you can leave a voice note, you can leave a WhatsApp, you can send an email, you can Facebook them. There are so many different ways. And then your customers. Now, this is a really set thing, and you'll be able to read this in the manual as well. You call them on day 1. There's a script in the manual for doing this. Day 3 and day 7. Again, there are scripts in the manual, so read the manual. Then once a week after that for the first month. All right. Now, you might have somebody, excuse me, who is on a long weight loss journey, and they need that extra support after the month. So maybe you're going to carry on doing weekly. Maybe you're going to go bi-weekly, so every other week. And maybe moving forward, you're going to just do once a month as a live call. So you work out how much follow-up and how much support that person needs, okay? And talk to them about how they are, how their life is in general, build friendship, build trust, get to know about their family and what challenges they have, and perhaps you can help them with those challenges, and those people then become referrals. So here's the thing, asking for referrals all the time, right at the beginning when you first get started, when somebody becomes a customer, saying, you know, when you start to get results, I will ask you for referrals. Is that okay? Get their okay about it, And then you're not going, oh, I don't know if I should ask for referrals. Of course you can. If they're feeling great, if they're getting the results, and when they are, getting what they're looking for and they're getting that wonderful support from you, why wouldn't they want to recommend somebody to you? So referrals, absolutely key. And it was something I had to get used to doing. But like I say, if you ask at the beginning, it's so much easier because they're going to expect you to ask. So we're going on to tracking documents. Now, we looked at these in the first squad core, but now you should be using them by this stage. So your active prospect list. Now, you can also use Trello, but for this one, this is specifically for your frogs. So your friends, your relative, people you know in organizations, people you know geographically, and the same and similar people. So you've written down all of those names. Have you invited them to anything yet? So in the invite column, you could write, if you've invited somebody to a Herbalife opportunity meeting, you can write HOM. If you've invited someone to a wellness profile, you can write WP, wellness profile. So what have you invited them to? Have you followed them up, and have they become a customer or a member, or are they not interested? So that goes in the outcome box. What was the outcome? And as you go through this list, and your sponsor, the person that brought you in, will help you to invite these people. And we're going to look at that a little bit later on this call. Okay, so make sure you keep on adding to that prospect list. Now, new members. You want to be getting new members. Remember, this is multi-level marketing. So you want to go down multiple levels. So you want to be getting members, because with just customers, and I don't mean only customers, but with customers alone, you're only going to be making an active income. With members, that's where you dive into the passive income. And that's where the bigger money comes from. And that's where you can help far more people to become healthier and fitter and personally develop. All right. So your active members' name, what products they're ordering, adding them into all of the groups. They can watch the new member activation video. They can attend upline events, and they're going to go through a traffic light system. Now, we've got, at the moment, at this point in time, we've got a fantastic training on Sundays that's taking them through this. So again, depending on when you're watching this, ask your sponsor what the tools are that you can add your new member to. And you're probably added into those groups already, so you'll know. But keeping track is key. Keeping your gauges is key, all right? Same with your customers. When you get new customers, you want to see, the idea is to get between 5 and 7 new customers a month. So once you've got to 10, just write up another sheet, right? So how many sheets of 10 can you get? So your new customer, what products they've ordered, what support groups you've put them in, what videos you've sent them. Have you done the follow-up with them? Tick off day 1, day 3, day 7. You're actively helping them get results, and make sure that they've given you their before and their after photographs. But definitely their before photos, because if you don't have the before, you've got the after, but not the before. That's not a lot of good. So really dig down and beat them up to make sure that they give you that photograph. Really, really key. Offer membership when it's appropriate. Now, we have 2 membership programs. We have a preferred customer program, which you might well have started on, and we have a member program. So if somebody just wants to get the discount and add 15, 25, 35% discount to their products, fantastic. At some stage, that customer might go, actually, do you know what? I've got all of these people I could help. Why don't I do the business as well? Why don't I gain a little bit of extra income as well? And so keep your ears well polished, really listen out for signs that that person might want to, but also offer it to them. Even if you don't see the signs, just say, this is a possibility for you. you're fantastic, you're giving me these referrals, you could do the business and be earning this income. And you could literally work out how much income they would have made from the customers that are given to you. All right. And you might want to meet the family with a celebration if they've reached a point in their journey, so that you can share that with the family and really big them up and really help that customer to reach the discount that they want to reach and to reach the level that they want to reach. Okay, so really you're working with that person towards their goals, not towards what you think they need. So that's a real key one as well. So handling objections. We're going to come across, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't know anyone. Okay. Debbie, have you ever come across this?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yes, I don't have enough money, tends to be sort of like quite a lot. That one, really.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll come across one more than the other, like Debbie has with the money side of things. I think I come across the time one a lot. Oh gosh, I don't have enough time to fit it in, Lucy. Okay. So they have no idea how much time it takes. That's the first thing to remember. So ask them a good question. Well, how much time do you think you would need for this? And let them answer. So zip and let them answer. They actually need as a minimum 7 hours a week. So I'd say 7 to 10 hours would be just perfect to get started. All right. And then if they go, oh, I don't even know if I've got that. Well, let's have a look at your schedule and see where we might fit it in. Go through your schedule with me. What do you do? And work out with them, together with them, where they might find those spare hours. Okay. And they can show you. It's like, okay, well, I guess I could do it here. I could, move this across, or I could stop doing that, because sometimes we fill the time, right? And it's not filled with something that is empowering us or is moving us towards a goal particularly. And so that can then change to going towards the business if they're keen. All right. So that's the time objection. Money. So this is the one that Debbie gets. I don't have enough money. Right. Okay. You've just done a presentation with them. You might say, okay, if you had the money right now, would you get started today? So what are you doing here? You're finding out if money is the only objection. Because if they say, well, no, because I don't think I've got the time, now there's going to be another objection to handle. And okay, so then you could go, well, if you had the money and the time, would you get started today? Well, yes. Okay, so now they're the two objections you need to overcome. So, well, let's look at the time objection. So you can go back and do the time thing like we just did, and you've overcome that one. Okay, so now it's only the money thing. So if you can share a story about one of the top earners. Now, there was a president's team called Keith Shortland who lived very close to me. And part of his story was that he was desperate for money. He was sleeping on the floor of his brother's flat, and he had to get started. He had to get started with something. And he had to then borrow, at the time, the pack was £25. This was many years ago. And so what he did, very clever, he borrowed £5 from 5 different people. That's how he got started. True story. £25, he got the pack. So, even if you lend somebody a £5, it doesn't really matter if you don't get it back, especially these days, right? It's like, but if you ask somebody for £25 at that stage, they might go, I don't think so. I'm not going to get that back. £5 is like, it's gone anyway. But he did pay everybody back, and he did get started, and he got out and he got those customers to get the money coming in. So if you can tell a story, that just makes it more powerful. So possibly find out if that person is solution-minded, all right? And this could be a point. Do you want to work with people that are solution-minded? Debbie, do you want to work with people that are solution-minded?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So if this person is not solution minded, are you going to mind if they say, there's just no way, Debbie, I can find the money? You don't mind, do you? It's like, okay, bye. Come back when you find the money. Okay, so don't get hung up that somebody is saying no if they're not being solution minded. Now, the third thing is people. And I don't know anyone. I don't think anybody would be interested, or I don't know anyone. They're the two things. And so, okay, if I don't know anybody who would be interested, so you don't think anybody would be interested in improving their health or their energy or their sleeping or their digestion or their sports nutrition or their skin or their nobody, you don't know anybody like that. Oh yeah, well, maybe I do. Okay, great. But you don't know many people. Oh no, I don't know many people. Okay. Could you just grab your mobile phone for me? Right, so you've got them on a Zoom call and they're grabbing their mobile phone. How many contacts have you got on your mobile phone? And if you look now, how many contacts have you got on your mobile phone? There are going to be hundreds, but you don't know anybody. Okay. That's one thing. It's like, oh yeah, maybe I do know a few people. And what social media platforms do you use? Oh, I use Facebook and Instagram and whatever. And how many followers do you have? Oh, about 2,000, or I've got 700, or okay, great. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to connect with those people in appropriate ways so that you do get the message that you're connecting with them, you're building relationships, and then there's the possibility that those people will become your members or your customers. How does that sound? Okay, yeah, that sounds okay. So now we're over the people objection. Are you ready to get started? So does that help? Debbie, do you think that would help?
It is, like you say, people are going to get objections, and just sort of running through, giving those ideas to people. Brilliant. Yeah. Definitely helps.
So it's just having like a one-liner, but then just shush after that. Okay. So the products we're going to look at today are the skincare regime, and the Herbalife Skin is absolutely gorgeous. They're numbered. You'll see it on here that they're numbered. It's for the men who don't understand about skincare. Sorry, men who are listening. But it just makes it really, really simple. And they are step by step, 1 to 5, suitable for all skin types. There are 2 cleansers. You either have one polishing citrus cleanser, and that is for if you've kind of got glowy skin, oily skin, or you're going to have the soothing aloe cleanser. That's the one that I use. It's for more medium to dry skin, I would say. There are 2 eye products. There is the hydrating eye cream. I use that at night time, and the firming eye gel, which I use during the day. Moisturizers. There are 3 moisturizers. There's a Daily Glow with an SPF of 15, and there is also a replenishing night cream. So what I would say is, if it's not particularly sunny, the Daily Glow is fine. If it is sunny, if you're sitting in front of a computer a lot, then use the SPF 15 moisturizer. And if you think, I can't use all 3 all at once, let me start with one, then start with the replenishing night cream, because your skin feeds most at nighttime. That's when it's going to, because you're resting, your skin can do, take on that moisture even better because it's nighttime. There's a line minimizing serum that you can use either under or over the moisturizers to minimize lines. And energizing toner, which is like you just spray it on, it's a spray. So refreshing. It smells totally gorgeous. There's a purifying mint clay mask, which in my own experience, Debbie will share hers in a minute with, let me know which is your favorite one, Debbie, in a second. The purifying mint clay mask, you use that for 10 minutes. And if you've got oily skin, you'll probably use it 2 or 3 times a week. If you're like me with dry skin, I just use it once a week. And it has this kind of little tingly feeling, just for a short amount of time. But for somebody with sensitive skin, it might last for a couple of minutes. Now, you just have to reassure them that it's fine. What it's doing is pulling out the grime from their face, and it's just making the skin tingle. It's doing its job. And I've had this with people with sensitive skin in the past, and they've got a little bit worried, and I've just calmed them down, and they've been absolutely fine. And after a couple of minutes, it's all nice and calm. They leave it on for the 10 minutes, they wipe it off. And one lady kind of went, oh, it's kind of gone, it's so clean. It's absolutely gorgeous. So it's brilliant. And before the mint clay mask, if you're going to do them both on the same day, which we don't generally recommend, but the Reveal Berry Scrub is the exfoliator. So you want to be exfoliating. You want to exfoliate, especially as you get older, because the skin cells, the dead skin cells, tend to stay on your skin, and you want to get them off to make your skin look beautiful and vibrant. And then that's when you're going to use the moisturizer after you've done that, and the moisturizer is going to do its best work. So use the Instant Reveal Berry Scrub regularly to get that dead skin off. So Debbie, out of those products, what's your favorite one and why?
Yeah, it is the berry scrub, actually. I always feel like I'm a really, really good sort of scrub. It's sort of like a little exercise thing as well for my cheeks as well.
And doesn't it smell divine?
Yeah, no, it's lovely. And like I say, you only need a very small amount as well,
Yeah.
of all the products, really, like you say. And then when you put in the moisturizer, a very small amount, they're very rich, they're amazing.
Yeah.
And I actually take, when I go on the aeroplane, because of how it takes all the moisture out of your face, take the small pots with me and use them all on the plane, and it's lovely, like I say, and especially that energizing toner when you're on the aeroplane and you're quite high up, and give that a little spray.
Oh God, it makes me want to go away on holiday just to use it. Fantastic, brilliant. And like Debbie said, they're so concentrated that they last such a long time. And so when you're looking at the price of them, don't think, oh, it's like one of those ones from the shops and it's going to be gone within like a month. It lasts a long, long time. So you've got that longevity of the products, and it's going to make you look gorgeous. So why wouldn't you, right? And you can help your customers to use it as well. So once you've got them, you can do them as little demos and say, oh, you can demo my skincare products once you've lost your first stone, or once you've lost your first 5 kilos. So this is the other range. So this is your hair and body range. It's paraben free and sulfate free. It's infused with aloe vera and skin conditioning botanicals to moisturize and smooth the skin. Clinically proven to hydrate skin for deep nourishment. Gently cleanses without stripping necessary oils from your skin. It got plant derivatives, and it leaves your hair, so the shampoo and the conditioner, apart from smelling gorgeous, once again, leaves your hair 10 times stronger after just one use. Reduces hair breakage by 90%, and you can feel it's thicker. It's amazing. And all I can say is try it. If you have not tried it yet, next time you run out of shampoo, or even get it before you run out of shampoo, you get the shampoo and the conditioner and notice the difference. Because once you notice it, then you're going to start talking about it, and you can upgrade your customers to using the shampoo and the conditioner. And it might be a very small upgrade, but the customers that I have on the shampoo and the conditioner keep on coming back. They're returning for the shampoo and the conditioner, and it has a color preserving formula as well. So for us people that dye our hair, it preserves the color. So now we're going to talk about promoting events. Ask your sponsor about local events, and if you can go to them, then go to them. All right. Does your sponsor run a challenge or a fit club? If so, you might be able to join and invite others to the challenge or to the fit club. You'll be participating in some online trainings you can invite people to, so invite them. That's my top tip for that one. And an event can be a wellness profile. You might have got started as a customer by being invited to one of these. That's an event. So events can be all sorts of different things. And there are many more than just the ones on here, okay? So here finally are your squad drills for this week. The first one is to watch the skin video on the Herbalife video library. It lasts for 40 minutes, but it will give you all the lowdown of what's in it and what it does and how to use it. It's a fantastic video. And by Laura, somebody can't remember her surname, but she's very totally enthusiastic about the skin. So she will inspire you to try absolutely everything. How many new connections have you made in total so far this month? Have a look down, make sure you're tracking, keeping those gauges, and let your sponsor know. Invite 10 people, and I'm saying invite. Don't assume that they won't be interested. They might not be. And you can say, listen, Debbie, you might not be interested, but there's an event I'm going to on Sunday. Would you like to come with me? All right. She says, no problem. You've done one invitation. Tick. So it's getting over the fear of inviting somebody. The worst thing they can say is no, thank you. And they're not saying no, thank you to you. They're saying no, thank you to the event. It's not, the timing's not right. It's not the right type of thing. They're not interested, or they are interested. So you can invite them to a BBS, which is a business building seminar, an HOM, which is a Herbalife opportunity meeting, or a PCP, which is a preferred customer presentation. And again, there are other events that you can invite people to. So the number of new customers and members that you've got so far this month, keep track. What was your goal and how many have you got so far within the month? Okay. And the last thing, if you've not done this already, and I highly recommend you do this all the time, book in three-way calls with your sponsor or mentor, and they can be literally three-way calls on the phone, or on Facebook, or on a Zoom call, or on Teams, whatever you use, and get your sponsor to do the call for you with your prospect, with your customer, with your new member, because they've been doing the business longer than you. And if it's literally somebody that only came in a couple of weeks before you, then that's the reason I say, if it's not your sponsor, then maybe it's your mentor. So maybe it's their supervisor or their world team member that is going to help you to do that to start with. And just keep learning, keep on taking through. The three-way calls are guinea pig calls. They're just the person that's sitting there and being asked the questions and going through it is the guinea pig. And then if they are interested, they will come to you because they've just heard about it. All right. So it's a really soft approach, but it's very, very powerful approach so that people know what the products are, or they know what the business is. And you're just saying, could you be my guinea pig? And so then when somebody is very interested and they're asking you, you know how to talk to them. You know how to do that presentation. Debbie, we've done exactly the same, haven't we?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, they're very handy as well, because you can, ask your sort of like person if it's okay if you record them, which we've obviously done, and then you can go back at it and you can really take your time and see. And also, like say, there's some of the questions that come up, you then hearing, somebody else, oh yeah, that's brilliant. So yeah, no, they are really, really good. And because you, like say, there isn't that, you are just saying to somebody, I just want to, I've started the business. Can you, help me out? And we can just do this three-way call, and then that way you're telling them about it, but you're not really putting any pressure on, and the pressure's off you. So it comes across really well. So yes, they're definitely a great idea. And you're very, very good at them, Lucy.
And so are you, Debbie. So you kind of got those training wheels on, which is fine. And you can keep those training wheels on as long as you like, really. But then once you go, actually, I've got this, then I would sit on a call with Debbie and listen to her doing it. And I'd just sit in the background. And then if she came across something that was like, oh, I'm not really quite sure how to answer that one. Lucy, would you mind answering that? And of course, I'm sitting there and I can just turn my little speaker on and answer it. And so it's very, very powerful. It's called Tell, Show, Try, Do. And now Debbie is a whiz at doing her calls on her own. She doesn't need me there anymore. She's absolutely fabulous. and so will you be, but get your sponsor to work. All right. So that, I do believe, is it for this call. So thank you for listening. Make sure you do the homework. Make sure you do those squad drills. Get back to your sponsor, share what you've learned, share that 30-second story, because that's going to be really key moving you forward in the business. Take care, and we'll see you on the next call. Bye for now.
Bye.